Have you ever sat in a meeting knowing you had a good idea, but you just stayed quiet,
Oh, I think we've all been there.
right? And then someone else says almost the same thing 10 minutes later and everyone loves it, and you're sitting there thinking, that was my idea.
And you feel frustrated with yourself.
Exactly. So why is it so hard to just speak up?
That's what we're going to talk about today. How to speak up at work without being afraid.
Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad you're here. Today's episode is for anyone who's ever felt nervous about sharing the thoughts at work. Maybe you're new to your job. Maybe you're still a student imagining what work will be like. Or maybe you've been working for a while, but you still feel that fear.
By the end of this conversation, you'll understand why speaking up feels scary. You'll learn simple ways to build your confidence, and you'll walk away with practical tips you can use tomorrow.
So let's start with the big question. Why do we feel afraid to speak up?
There are a few reasons. First, we're afraid of being wrong. We think, what if my idea is bad? What if people laugh at me?
That makes sense. Nobody wants to look foolish.
Exactly. Second, we're afraid of standing out. Especially if you're new, you might think, I should just listen and learn. I shouldn't take up space.
Oh, I felt that so much in my first job.
Most people do. And third, sometimes we're afraid of the reaction. What if my boss gets angry? What if my coworkers think I'm challenging them?
So it's not just one fear, it's a mix of different worries.
Right, and all of those worries are normal. But here's the thing, staying silent has a cost too.
What do you mean?
When you don't speak up, your ideas stay hidden. Your manager doesn't see your full potential. You miss chances to grow, and over time, you might start to feel invisible.
That's really sad.
It is. And the truth is, most workplaces need people who speak up. They need fresh ideas. They need different perspectives. Even if you're a beginner, your voice matters.
Okay, so we know why it's important, but how do we actually do it? How do we speak up when we're scared?
Let's break it down into simple steps. The first step is to start small.
Start small? What does that look like?
It means you don't have to give a big speech in front of 50 people on your first try. You can start by speaking up in smaller, safer moments.
Like what?
Like asking a question in a team meeting, or sharing one sentence of feedback, or agreeing with someone else's idea and adding a small thought to it.
Oh, that feels much less scary.
Right. You're building the habit. You're training yourself to use your voice, and each time you do it, it gets a little easier.
I love that. What's the second step?
Prepare what you want to say. A lot of fear comes from feeling unprepared.
So if I know what I'm going to say, I'll feel more confident.
Exactly. Before a meeting, write down 1 or 2 points you want to make. Keep them short. Practice saying them out loud, even if it's just to yourself.
That's smart, because then when the moment comes, you're ready.
Yes, you don't have to memorize a whole speech. Just know your main point. For example, instead of saying, I was just thinking, maybe we could, I don't know, try something different, you could say, I have an idea. What if we tested this approach first?
Oh, wow, the second one sounds so much stronger.
It does. And it's not about being loud or aggressive. It's about being clear.
Okay, I'm writing this down. Start small, prepare what you want to say. What's next?
The third step is to choose the right moment.
What do you mean by choose the right moment?
Timing matters. If you're in a meeting and everyone's talking over each other, it might not be the best time to speak up. But if there's a pause, or if someone asks, does anyone have thoughts? That's your moment.
So it's about reading the room a little bit.
Yes, and if you miss the moment in the meeting, don't worry. You can always follow up later. Send an email or talk to your manager one-on-one.
That takes some pressure off. You don't have to say everything right now.
Exactly. Speaking up doesn't always mean speaking in the moment. Sometimes the best conversations happen after the meeting.
I really like that. So we've covered starting small, preparing, and choosing the right moment. What else should we know?
The fourth thing is to focus on the value, not on yourself.
Can you explain that?
Sure. When we're nervous, we think about ourselves. What will they think of me? Will I sound smart? But instead, try thinking about the value you're adding.
So I'm thinking about how my idea might help the team?
Yes, if you're suggesting a new way to organize files, you're not showing off, you're helping everyone save time. If you're asking a question, you're helping the team think more clearly.
That's a really helpful shift. It's not about me. It's about the work.
Exactly. And that mindset makes it easier to speak up because you're not performing, you're contributing.
I love that. Okay, let me tell you a story. I want to see if this advice actually works in real life.
Go ahead.
There's a young woman named Sarah. She's just started her first job at a marketing company. She's been there for 2 months. In team meetings, she always stays quiet. She listens, she takes notes, but she never says anything.
Classic beginner behavior.
Right. And then, one day, her team is talking about a new campaign. They're trying to reach younger people. Sarah actually has some ideas because she's part of that younger audience, but she's nervous.
What's she afraid of?
She's thinking, I'm the newest person here. Everyone else has more experience. What if my idea is too simple? What if they think I don't understand the business?
All the usual fears.
Yes, but then she remembers what we talked about. Start small. So instead of staying completely silent, she decides to say just one thing.
What does she say?
She waits for a pause. Then she says, I'm part of the age group you're trying to reach. Would it help if I shared how I found out about brands I like?
That's perfect.
Her manager immediately looks interested. She says, yes, Sarah, that would be really helpful. And Sarah shares a short, simple answer. Nothing fancy, just honest.
And what happens?
The team actually uses her feedback. They adjust the campaign, and Sarah feels proud, not because she gave a big presentation, just because she added value.
That's a great example. She didn't try to be the expert. She just shared what she knew.
And the team was better because of it.
This happens more often than people think. Beginners have valuable perspectives, but they have to be willing to share them.
So let's get practical. What are some specific tips our listeners can use starting tomorrow?
Okay, here are 5 simple actions.
I'm ready.
First, set a small goal. In your next meeting, say one thing, just one. It could be a question, it could be agreeing with someone. Just practice using your voice.
That's very doable.
Second, write your thoughts down before meetings. You don't have to share everything, but having notes in front of you makes you feel prepared.
And less likely to freeze up.
Exactly. Third, practice your opening line. Instead of saying, I don't know if this is a good idea, but try saying, I have a thought, or here's something we could try.
Oh, I hear people use those weak openings all the time.
I know, and they make your idea sound less important than it is. You don't need to apologize before you speak.
That's powerful. What's the 4th tip?
Ask questions when you don't understand something. Questions are one of the easiest ways to speak up, and they show you're paying attention.
Plus, if you're confused, probably someone else is too.
Exactly. You might be doing everyone a favor. And the 5th tip is this. After you speak up, don't overthink it.
What do you mean?
A lot of people say something in a meeting, and then they spend the rest of the day analyzing it. Did I sound okay? Did people like my idea? Stop doing that.
Easier said than done.
I know, but here's the truth. Most people are thinking about their own work. They're not replaying your comment over and over. So speak up and then move on.
That's freeing, actually.
It is. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to show up.
Okay, so let's recap what we've learned today, because I think this is really important.
Go ahead.
First, speaking up is scary, but staying silent has a cost. You miss chances to grow and to be seen.
Yes.
Second, you don't have to be loud or perfect. Start small. Build the habit over time.
Right.
Third, preparation helps. Write down your thoughts. Practice your opening line. Choose the right moment.
And remember, it's not about you. It's about the value you're adding.
I love that. One more thing I want to mention. It's okay if your idea isn't used.
Oh, that's important.
Sometimes you'll speak up and your idea won't be chosen. That doesn't mean you failed.
Not at all. It just means the team went in a different direction. What matters is that you contributed. You were part of the conversation.
And next time, it'll be easier to speak up again.
Exactly. Confidence builds over time. You're not going to feel fearless on day one, but every time you use your voice, you're training yourself.
I really hope our listeners try this, even if it's just one small moment this week.
Me too. And here's what I want you to remember. Your voice deserves to be heard. You are hired for a reason. You have something to offer. Don't wait until you feel completely confident. That day might never come.
So speak up even when you're nervous.
Yes, nervousness doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It just means you're doing something new.
That's beautiful.
And one last thought. The people you admire at work, the ones who seem so confident, they were beginners once too. They felt the same fear you feel now. The difference is they kept speaking up anyway.
So we can do the same.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for this conversation. I feel like I learned a lot today.
Me too.
And to everyone listening, thank you for being here. I hope this episode gave you something useful. Maybe it's one small idea you can try. Maybe it's just the reminder that you're not alone in feeling this way.
If this episode helped you, we'd love to hear from you. And if you know someone who's struggling to speak up at work, share this with them.
Next time, we'll talk about something else that beginners struggle with: how to handle mistakes at work without feeling like a failure.
That's a good one.
Until then, take care of yourself. Keep learning. And remember, your voice matters.
See you next time. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more daily podcast video.